Hey guys! Woo! Welcome to episode 1 of the second season of Everyday Bubbly. We're back.
2-0.
2, 4.
Can you believe? We were literally earlier today, we were like doing our little podcast planning session for the remainder of the year. And I was
remainder of the year, it's just the start of the year.
Wow. In my mind, again, for the entirety, it's the second. But I was trying to cheers to 2023 as the title of this episode. And you're like,
it's 24.
It's 24.
It's 2024.
How wild is that?
Okay, one thing I'm disappointed, I never saw what they ended up with the glasses.
They're just on top. So you have glasses and then atop
it says... Oh, that's so unoriginal.
It seems like a cop-out.
Did you see the meme of the guy that was like, I got a 3D printer in 1 week to figure out how they're freaking doing these things?
No, I didn't see that.
It was really funny because it was just different.
Yeah, how would you even, do you look out between the 2 and the Z? Where do your eyes go?
That's why I'm more disappointed that they just copped out and did glasses with the...
It's literally just
2024 above it. So
it is a cop-out.
But welcome, guys. We missed you. We hope you missed us too.
Honestly, I did miss it.
I know.
The month was
but I needed it because I was grinding out at Zilker Park.
You were a busy bee.
I was wake up, eat, work, sleep.
There was one day where we met up to do, I think it was our last episode of this, and you were I woke up at 3:00. And it was 7 p.m. when we were recording. And I was
I don't know how I'm standing right now.
I was I'm going to leave immediately. Usually we linger and drink a bottle of wine. And I was I'm going to go.
Yeah, you're
for your
sake. You need to, I'm going to go. But welcome. We're here. And we're ready to cheers. We have, Taylor, what are we cheersing with?
Actually, my mom had saved these. So while Allie was slaving away over a hot oven of Trail of Light. I was gallivanting about Lisbon and hanging out in Venice. My parents live in Europe, so I went to go visit them, and they have the biggest collection of wine I have ever seen. And granted, a good bottle of wine, I took pictures of some of the wine menus because it was a half liter of Prosecco for €3. My mom's
dream.
Truly the dream.
Living the dream.
But she had saved a case of these Proseccos for me. And I'm gonna be honest, I think I had one of them while I was there, but she was very, very excited for us to put this on the podcast. So this is for my mom. It just says Prosecco.
It's just
from
Prosecco.
Musti Nobilis. And we're gonna
Italian Prosecco.
Italian Prosecco, straight from the source. I brought it back in my suitcase. So I figured we had to pop it on air as we 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! I love the little when the little smoke. So let's give me your glass. We'll splash little. Oh God! Oh Jesus! God. That was right on the microphone. Sorry, y'all. Sorry to all my listeners out there on their hot girl walks. Can you guys hear the fizz of that carbonation? Is there a better sound?
No, my favorite sound is the pop.
The pop. Honestly, pop slaps.
I hear it and I'm like,
hello?
Who is it?
Well,
it's my mating call.
It's so clear.
Wow, it looks like Sprite.
It does look like Sprite. Cheers to our first podcast of the new year. Being back together, of having all of you guys back with us. We can't tell you.
12 more months of podcasting.
Well, 11. Because we're going to take December off again, let's be honest. Well, here's to 11 more months of the remainder of the year. Okay, let's go.
Remainder.
It's just so crispy and bubbly. We know what we're cheersing with. What are we cheersing to?
It's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
My mom literally saved a case of it.
Your mom killed it.
And my dad picked out that wine I got you for Christmas, that Amarone. So
thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
They were really excited about that.
My cheers of the week is that I conquered one of my least favorite places on planet Earth today. I went to the grocery store. I hate it. I hate it so much.
If I'm not going grocery shopping and I'm there to wander, I love it. I love going to Central Market and just wandering the aisles.
It's not a happy place for me. It's stress inducing. There's people just in the way, not knowing where they're going. And I'm just I wanted to be in and out in 30 minutes, and I still, at a minimum, it took me 50 minutes to get through the store.
Yeah, that makes about. Which H-E-B
And I had
did
a very specific list. The one on Brody, that's the closest one to our house.
I don't like that one either. Yeah. That one is chaotic. That one has chaotic evil energy.
Yeah, and so I had a list. I was trying to do curbside. Adam's out of town. He normally does the grocery shopping in the relationship. He's out of town. So I was like, okay, I gotta do this. Or I'm gonna have no food to eat. And I tried to do curbside, and somehow none of my credit cards would link to the app. So I was like, fuck it. Like, you're just gonna go. You're gonna be in and out. You have a list. Of course, I went a little outside of the list.
I mean, you can't not.
I strayed a little bit, but it wasn't bad. And I did it, and I'm cheersing to like getting in and out. And now I have food at the house. I have dog food. The dogs have food now.
I will say one thing I did the very end of November that I have brought into this new year. It is an in for me. Spoiler alert. In for me for this is setting up auto ship. So we do Tomlinson's for our dog food, and I've set up the I don't think the cat food is set up, but like they will deliver it to the house for free.
Tomlinson's auto ship's amazing, and they do it the next day.
It's the same day.
Well, same day, yeah. Depending on when you order it, but if you have it on auto ship, it's just on a recurring.
It's honestly, it's a game, like to not have to stress about that and just know the dog food's going to show up.
Kirby has such a particular diet. He was on prescription food. I finally found a non-prescription food that he does well on. That is low in fat, high in protein. It's all the things that like a diabetic dog needs.
Yeah.
But Thomas doesn't carry it because it's Purina. It's Purina 1.
Wow, how 2003?
Purina 1 healthy weight. And like he does do really good.
Paws on Chacon wouldn't carry that either.
HEB has it though. Which is fun because I get his insulin from HEB too.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
But anyways, that's my cheers. Yep. What's your cheers?
My cheers is the New Year's Eve party that I hosted the other night.
Oh my God, so much fun.
I had such a good time.
So much fun.
I think I said this, maybe I never said this on the podcast, but like I grew up with my mom and dad always hosting like a big Christmas Eve thing. And like Nick grew up with his parents hosting a big New Year's Eve thing, and like wanted to bring that into our relationship as like adults. And we moved into a new house late last year, and the house is so good for hosting. Like it just has so much space. It just invites people over. So we did our first annual Taylor and Nick New Year's Eve party. We had a Xenon theme. People showed up.
It was so much fun.
People were so good.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. It was so much better than like trying to go downtown, even though we had a great time last year.
We did have a great time like doing that because it was like a very specific, like we were going to one place. We knew what the cost was going to be, and we were there at midnight, and then we could just go home afterwards.
Yeah.
But your party was so much fun. Yeah, it was great. And I feel like knowing it's going to be a every year tradition, you're just going to be able to bring more and more people into it, and they're going to know what they're doing for the new year. We just have to come up with a different theme.
Yeah, that's the only thing is like, and I'm really excited. I have a theme already prepared, maybe for next year, but like we have so much time before we like nail anything down.
11 months.
11-ish months.
Yeah.
But I was just like really I think everybody had fun. I was a little bit worried because Nick and I have very different friend groups, and I have like friend groups from so many different places, and like a lot of them have not met before, and like you hadn't met anybody who showed up at the party.
Besides Katie.
You'd met Katie like in passing a few times.
Briefly at like ACL Fest and around, but yeah.
So it was nice to like have all of like our neighbors from before. I've had old coworkers were there. Like we had people like bring friends of friends, and I think everybody had I was telling too
some of our other friends that like couldn't make it this year because they were either out of town. I'm like, they were like, you looked so cute. The theme was so good. I'm like, it's going to be a recurring thing. So like pencil it in next year.
Everybody just needs to, like, I'm so excited to like do this bigger and better next year.
I don't even think I came upstairs though. I didn't even see the
it was really
upstairs action. I know.
We had a whole galaxy lamp. We went all in on the space theme. Yeah. It was good.
I love space.
I'm thinking next year, this is my top contender. I think maybe I told you this. Warped Tour as a theme, maybe.
That's a good one.
And then I thought of this one today, Spring Break 2024. So it's like you're wearing what you would have worn in 2024, or not 2024, 2004. Wow, yikes. Like wearing Spring Break 2004. What were you wearing? Probably something awful, because we were all wearing awful things in 2004.
Definitely something awful, but I was only...
I know. You were like a child.
I was 13.
Right. So you're basically showing up as like your teenage self. Which also, like, let's be honest,
But like
that's
very Warped Tour.
But like also that's Warped Tour.
I know. I still have a good idea. I think it's a good idea of doing like having people come dressed up as like a pop culture event that happened in that year.
I think that's good. I think
it would be a little bit of a challenge.
I'm not pop culture. Like people would show up at things and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but it could be any.
We'd also have 14 Taylor and Travises.
Oh. 100%. I would have made Adam do that.
I know. As soon as I was thinking about it last night after you said it, and I was like, she just wants to be Taylor Swift. That's literally what's happening
here. The fact that they're still going strong, though, I'm stan it. Because, like, in my fantasy football league, which is an all-girl league, we started talking shit about them, like, or some people in the group were talking shit about them from the first week. And I was like, I love them. And people were like, that's a publicity stunt.
I will say, I thought it was publicity stunt.
Oh, yeah, they're so cute. They're still together.
They seem like they like each other.
They seem like they more than like each other.
Well, I hope so.
I hope they get married.
I could care less. It impacts my life 0%.
But I find joy in like the little things of like other people being happy.
I love that for you.
Cheers.
Cheers. To this year's New Year's Eve party. And Taylor and Travis's impending wedding.
Yeah. I love it. They have little babies and they grow up to be like...
They'd be so blonde.
They would be like High School Musical babies. Are they going to play football? Are they going to
Oh my God, I did see it. I saw a TikTok that said that. LOL. Okay, I've also, speaking of TikTok, we've been seeing so many ins and outs lists on TikTok and Insta lately.
So we figured we were going to do our own.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually so excited for this. I've said this before. I think I made a TikTok about this at the end of last year, but I hate New Year's resolutions. I think New Year's resolutions just in general are like...
They're stressful.
They're like kind of like you come up with this big thing that you think you're supposed to have, like lose 20 pounds, run a marathon, which like...
And there's so much like guilt induced by it when you don't meet it.
Right. And I've never been that kind of person. And actually... What I've done for the past few years is set like a New Year's intention or like a word.
Your little vision board.
I do my little vision boarding, but like last year my word was expansion and like everything I did. So like always came back to like, is this expanding me? Blah, 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 blah.
What's your word this year?
I think my word this year, I'm torn between two. One is steadfast. I think I like did a really good job at expanding myself and like trying new things last year, like expanding my skill set. But this year I want to go like deep into things and just be like really consistent and really like embrace whatever I'm doing is word one. And word two is power. I want to like really step into my power this year. So those are my words.
I like that.
Yeah. Do you have a word?
I didn't before now.
You can think on it.
I feel like my word would be... Well, I'll think on it.
Yeah, you don't... This was literally me putting you on the spot. You've never heard of this before in your life.
I'm like, a word? I need a word?
Yeah, but I've been like really into a word because I think it's so much easier. Like, again, resolutions are hard to just like come back to. And like an ins and outs list, I think, is the same vibe as setting an intention for the year. And I've just been really digging these intentions, or not intentions, ins and outs lists. So like, you want to alternate? Like, should we do an in... Like, should we do all of our ins?
Out, out? No, I think in, out, out.
Yeah, let's do an in, out, out. You can start.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you can. What's your first in?
So my first in is, it kind of spurred around the fact that we are fucking going to Disney World next week for the viewers and the listeners.
This time next week,
we're going to be in
Disney World.
Oh my God. Gallivanting around Magic Kingdom.
You won't. No, today's Tuesday. We both will.
Yeah. We'll be in Magic Kingdom as we speak. Will. So my in is focusing on inner child healing, because Disney makes me think about how everyone has a kid inside of them. And I've done a little bit of like inner child meditation, but everyone has some sort of like trauma from their childhood.
Whether even if you big T trauma or little T trauma, we all have it.
It's so important to do the work for it. And I haven't done enough inner child meditation. And so that's an in for me. Heal that inner child.
Disney is going to be like there is no better place.
I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
You honestly, like the first time I went with Nick's family, his family's a big Disney family. The first time I went, I was like, this is fucking weird. Like, we are a group of all adults. I mean,
how many times have you been to Disney now? Just Disney World.
With Nick's, like, this will be...
No, just in general. All of it.
Since I was a child, or like...
Yeah.
Oh. I probably went 2 or 3 times when I was younger than 7.
Okay. And then with Nick's family?
And then this will be my twice with Nick's family. 2019, 2021. And then this will be my 3rd time going as an adult.
So this will be your 6th time total going to Disney World?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I've been once, I think.
I mean, even the very first...
I like faint reminiscence of like going on Space Mountain.
The first time I went with Nick's family in 2019, I was like, this is stupid, but Allie would love it. And like, honestly, when I went back in 2021, I was like, I liked it more at that point. I was like, Allie would love this.
I'm so excited to be going with you guys though, because you know the ins and outs of Disney.
Nick has been going since he was 9. Like, it's crazy. Every other year.
Yeah.
He's gone so much.
So we're gonna have to do Disneyland next.
Nick's never been to Disneyland.
Wait, how is Nick a Disney adult with no Disneyland?
Because he's always gone to the Florida park. I've been to Disneyland once.
But like, that baffles me.
New Orleans is so close to Florida. It's like a 6-hour drive.
I get it, but I feel like if you're a Disney family, you like go to both.
Yeah, but like I think it's just the closeness of it, and Disneyland is much smaller than Disney World. Oh. And I think that it's like significantly smaller.
Huh. But I had no idea.
He's been to Disneyland Paris now.
Yeah.
So like that's...
Yeah.
We've been watching this show on
Isn't there one in Tokyo? I want to go to that one.
There's apparently one in Shanghai too that looks sick. Oh Says God. Me who was not a Disney adult 3 years ago.
Yeah, you're like, let's go.
It's fucking cool.
Let's go.
No, that's a good in. I love inner child, like just kind of, I don't know, I think that's also something that comes up when you're in your mid-30s is like, what about
Heal the trauma.
Heal the trauma.
Heal it.
Cheers to healing the trauma.
Everyone's got trauma.
Heal
and
the
if
trauma.
you think you don't, like...
You're lying to yourself.
You're lying to yourself.
One of my ins is budgeting. I feel like I'm finally in a place where like, I don't know. I feel like I've always known about budgeting since I was like very small. My parents have tried to instill that in me. And for a long time when I like moved out on my own, I couldn't budget because I was so concerned about just fucking surviving. Yeah. Like I just like
living paycheck to paycheck.
And like now I think I finally have like the mental space to be like, okay, like let's give each dollar a job. Do you use Uni to budget? I don't. I was what did I use? I used Mint, but now they're gone. They got like sold.
I would highly recommend you use
I've
Uni
really
to budget.
heard great things about YNAB as they call it.
Yeah, YNAB. It's awesome.
I've heard amazing things. So
I started it January of last year.
I've been like an Excel spreadsheet, Google Sheets girl. Like I've always just done it very manually too. And I think one thing I used to do that did not help me, I would over invest. Like I would put so much money in my 401k or so much money in like investments in a way that like was detrimental to my like current. I was like so busy thinking about the future that I wasn't able to like cover what was happening in the present.
It's a balance.
It really is. And I like, that's my goal. That's something that's in for me is like, where is my money going? Being really intentional about it. Like we were talking earlier, like if you overspend at the Sephora sale, what does that mean in other places of your life?
You can't go out to eat dinner with your girlfriends, or you gotta like skip going to the movies or something, you know? So no, I started using YNAB last year, and we're gonna tag them in the show notes because it's seriously been life-changing. I went from living paycheck to paycheck to being able to have a healthy emergency fund, start a retirement savings, which is actually another in of mine was retirement savings. Because unlike you, where you said you were thinking so much about your future, I'm like, not at all. Yeah. I have $1,000 for retirement right now. I'm like, ooh, shit, that's scary.
It's scary when you read the articles too. They're like, you should have 1 year's salary saved by the time you're 32. And I'm like, what the fuck? We graduated in a fucking recession. Like, who has a year's salary?
So my in is retirement savings because I want to start like saving at least the max for my IRA.
Oh, good.
And
they raised the limit for this year.
Yep. So it's starting to like focus on that and investing. I've been so scared of investing in stocks. Like I don't understand the lingo. I don't understand how it works.
We should be taught this stuff.
No, this is what we should be learning instead of like fucking trigonometry.
Weird. Why did we both say trigonometry?
Because it's useless. Calculus?
It's so useless. I will say 2 resources that I've found really helpful. So we both have SoFi. SoFi lets you invest, but also Ellevest, I think, is a great resource. It is a investment platform for women, by women. And like it takes our unique things into perspective. And they have so many resources. They have like the actual investment platform itself. They've always been very helpful if you ever need anything from them. They offer like financial planning sessions. So it
makes it less scary, because it is, talking through that can be scary. And I know Adam's like super into stocks and investments, and he's tried to talk to me, and I was like, I got to get a wrangle on my budget first. Where I am financially, what is my net worth? What are my assets? What is my debt?
I also have another resource that's Money with Katie, and she has a really good net worth planner, and I'll share it with you. It's like a Google sheet.
That's nice. Okay. Because that's
off of that too is one of my budgeting, yours is like investment in future stuff. Sinking funds is an in for me.
What is sinking funds?
Sinking funds it's treating big expenses like they are monthly expenses. So like, you know that you get your hair done 3 or 4 times a year. So putting money aside every month. So it's not like a big purchase at the end of it. So that's an in for me. And SoFi makes it very easy. Not that this is a SoFi ad, but
YNAB, you can also do that. Like I put in like my annual fee for my credit card.
Right.
My
that's a sinking fund.
My car insurance, that is every 6 months.
Yeah.
My car registration.
Yeah. That's one of my ins. That's part of my budgeting in.
It's like assessing that.
Yeah.
Well, one of my outs that is also financial is credit card float.
What is credit card float?
So credit card float, a lot of people don't realize they're doing this, is when they use their card to pay for something that they don't actually have the money currently to pay for.
Yeah.
They might pay it off in full the next month, but you're just floating your money that way.
Yeah.
So
I've never heard that expression, but it makes sense.
Yeah. So an out for me is doing that. Like, you have so much money, only spend the money that you currently have. Don't think, well, I'm going to get paid in 2 weeks so I can spend a little bit more money now and deal with it in 2 weeks. It can get you into a very dangerous situation. Yeah, it's gotten me into a bad predicament at times with debt. And so I'm finally at a point where I have my credit cards almost all the way paid off.
Love that.
But I got into a point where I was doing the float so much that then the interest was building up when I wasn't able to pay it off in full.
We should do a financial episode.
Yeah, I think it's not talked about enough because sometimes there's like shame around how you're spending your money or your debt that you have, which like
sometimes also like I will say like I do a lot of research on this topic and I still feel dumb. Like I should know these things already. And I feel embarrassed that I don't know it.
Well, it's funny. Adam and I listened to this one YouTube, and I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. I'm going to have to ask him, but we've listened to a few episodes. It's a guy that does these audits for people who live in Austin.
Oh, is it Colin? It starts with a C. Bless you? You're about to see it. I can see it in your face.
That's gone.
I think I've seen this.
And it like
He's
makes
kind of like a mousy looking guy.
Yeah. But it makes me feel a little bit better because I'm like, Jesus, like I don't have that much debt or I don't spend that irresponsibly. But it's interesting to see other people's situation because I don't think it's talked about enough of like the amount of people I talk about that have credit card debt, that have student loan debt, that are living paycheck to paycheck. Like, we all need to band together to help each other out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
To instill better habits.
Yeah, and like hold each other accountable. Not like blame each other, but like hold each other accountable.
But Adam does that to me all the time. He's like, is that in your budget? When I'm shopping?
When you were doing your no spend November, you told me that you were doing no spend and I was very like aware. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna invite you to do this X thing. Or like, I'm gonna invite you over for dinner instead of us going out for dinner. And I think it's just like, talking about it makes it easier for everyone.
And the reason I did no spend November was because I have 2 vacations coming up in January this month. And I was like, I have no money allocated towards those vacations.
Yeah.
Now I'm going into it with over $3,000 for
so you can enjoy
vacation
yourself
and not be stressed about my money.
I love that. So your out was credit card float. I'm going to switch gears a little bit. One of my outs is packed schedules. I have a really bad habit. I love being busy. I hate having downtime. But like, then I have 3 things in 1 week and I'm exhausted by the time it comes to the weekend and I don't want to do anything all weekend long. So one of my outs is packed schedules. I think I will allow myself to have like maybe 2 activities after work a week, and then like embracing the nothingness. That's something that I really struggle with, is like just letting things happen. I feel like it's the Virgo in me. It's the Enneagram type 1, whatever you want to say. But like, I want things, I like have to plan everything out. I need to see what's happening and I want to just embrace nothing. So my out is overpacked schedules.
That's going to open the door for more like spontaneity of stuff that comes your way.
And I'm the least spontaneous person I know. So I could use every bit of help that I can possibly get. So that's an out for me. What's an in for you?
This is the silly one. Vodka martinis. I'm bringing them back. No, that's an in.
That's your in.
I'm bringing
vodka
them
martini.
in. I'm bringing it back in.
I'm into that.
Because it's crisp, especially with good vodka, and it's like not a lot of calories. So it's like when you're thinking about like trying to maybe
be
do
cognizant
healthy
of
living
things,
or something. I don't know. I just like a good vodka martini. So I
love that for you. I don't love that for me. I feel like a vodka martini and any martini is just a lightly
cold
disguised
alcohol.
shot.
Yeah.
It is. It's a shot that you are sipping.
But it reminds me of when I was, this was like 2017.
Okay.
I went through a phase where I just
your
drank
Atomic Blonde phase?
Stoli on ice.
That's disgusting. You're sick. You're
so this
sick.
is like an elevation of that.
You're sick.
Still love Stoli. I mean,
I don't love. I had
is Russian vodka back in though? Because I know we like. I vetoed it after the whole Ukraine invasion.
You tell me.
It's so good, but I hate what they're doing over there.
Yeah. So. One of my ins is crafting as a hobby. So.
And like actually sticking with it.
I made this cardigan.
Oh my god, it's so
That's
good.
why I literally wore this cardigan. So I could use this as my in. I made this.
This looks so good.
And I'm so excited to make more of them. I want one for every season. And yeah, crafting as a hobby with like no expectations, just to do it for yourself. Like not to like impress anybody else or to like sell it or like whatever. I made that TikTok a while ago about like hobbies for the sake of hobbies and crafting as a hobby.
I feel like I want to find a hobby.
If you want to learn how to crochet, that's what I'll teach you how to crochet.
I want to do that, but
I can't teach you how to knit.
I don't think I want to do that either.
What kind of hobby do you? You want like a painting hobby?
I saw a guy on TikTok that was doing like embroidery.
Oh.
Like he got one of these cool machines and was like having fun like making the designs digitally and then.
I have a friend who does that. She like worked in a t-shirt shop.
And he was like embroidering his favorite book characters on a jean jacket.
Cute.
I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's my in, crafting as a hobby.
Or the some people call it a cricket, you know,
I wanted a cricket. I like thought about getting a cricket.
Too.
I kind of want a sewing machine.
Should we split it and just like have craft days over here?
I would love it. Let's do it. That's my in for 2024.
Personalized stuff?
Everything.
All of it.
No, that's an in.
Let's do it. In hobbies, crickets,
crafting is a hobby.
Crafts.
What's your out? We're on outs now?
Yeah. Speaking of social media, an out for me is the get ready with me trend. I'm out. It's out.
I'm over it.
It's too overdone.
We get it. You're getting ready.
I'm hearing people like get ready with me while I have this existential thought.
Get ready with me while I go to my cat's funeral. Like I feel like that's the level.
Get ready with me while my house burns down.
Like I'm with you there. Like we're done.
Like, I don't care what your routine is. I don't care you're talking while putting makeup on. Like I truly do not care.
Can I also say, like, as an extension of that, I am over the 12-year-old get ready with me's with their full drunk elephant glycolic acid skincare routines. I'm like, you don't have anything to turn over.
People who show their routines and they use like 30 products. I'm like, how?
It's
My
unrealistic.
skin hates that.
Yeah, no. Less is more for my face.
I'm like 3, 4 products
max.
And also, like, your routine is very personal to you and who you are. I just think it's like, you could recommend products to me all day long. They might not work with my skin.
And I also, like, when I'm doing my skincare routine, I like it to be like a quiet moment with myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to like be jabbering away. And if that's your thing, fine. But like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Get ready with me's or an out.
The trend is just, it's too much. We got to draw a line.
It's been done. It's been done to death.
That was 2023. That's no more.
No more. Not for the remainder of this year.
Yeah.
All right. Back to ins. What's another one of your ins?
Tattoos.
Tattoos.
I want to get more tattoos.
Ooh.
I have at least like 4 more that I want to get.
4 more.
Yeah.
Wow. But
So.
I'm into that for you. I don't want any more tattoos right now, I don't think.
I want more. And I'm like,
big or little?
combo. And I also like, I'm not going to do the sticker tattoo trend, but my sister has been doing
sticker
this.
tattoo trend?
Where they're just like a bunch of like little tattoos all on your arms and stuff. It's not for me, but my sister just got a bunch and they look super cool on her.
I think it's so vibey if you are that vibe.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the right cool girl vibe, it's a look.
Yeah.
Which fits Corey.
Yeah. And they're very fine line, cool, all meaningful.
I'm not that girl.
But I want more tattoos, so.
I like that as an in.
Yeah.
One of my ins is visits to the chiropractor. That's an in for me.
It is. It's like taking care of your body.
I've never been to a chiropractor before. And when I was home with my parents for Christmas, my mom made an appointment with like a functional massage therapist. And she like told me how my body was out of alignment, like gave me some exercises to do. And then
Did it feel good when you got your adjustment?
And then she did my adjustment. She was like, I was like on the table. She was like doing some fascia massage. And she's like, oh, can I adjust you? And I was like, oh, sure. I thought she was like adjusting my leg. And then she like adjusted me. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a great one if you want a recommendation.
That's my in, is chiropractic visits.
Yeah.
And I think maybe my insurance
I see one pretty
covers it.
regularly. I was seeing one.
You're on your feet a lot.
I was seeing one once every 4 to 6 weeks. Especially because I have sciatica and a herniated disc in my lower
You need to
back.
go to my acupuncturist.
Yes, but I got to a point where I'm now just in maintenance mode and I go once every 2 months now.
I love that. Yeah, that's one of my ins.
Yeah.
I will take that.
It's an out of body experience.
It was.
Yeah. You like wake up and you're like, oh, I forgot I could move like
Whose
that.
body is this? It was also awful though, because it was like the day before I flew back.
Oh god.
And I had had a flight from Venice to Frankfurt, easy. Frankfurt straight to Austin, which was 10 hours and 40 minutes. So like just re-scrambled everything back up.
Yeah.
Out. What's an out for you?
Contouring.
Like face contouring? Oh yeah.
Like makeup contouring.
Yeah.
I tried it. It just doesn't look good on me. It looks really good on some people. For me, I'm just not a big makeup girly. I'm a natural face. I don't feel like I really need the defined like jawline.
Yeah.
It's too much. I tried it.
Yeah.
It's
no,
an
I
out
get
for
that.
me.
I've never tried it. It feels like a lot of effort, and I'm not an effort girly, and I've
like
never
I'm gonna
ever
have to
tried.
spend like an hour taking my makeup off because you're scrubbing all of it off.
I couldn't do
And
it.
there's a certain order you got to do it in. I was just, I tried it. I did. I got the right makeup for it. I watched the tutorials. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No.
An out for me is tummy aches.
Out for me too.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I think I'd gotten so used to it, but like my tummy is just always upset and unhappy. And I realized it the most when I was in Europe. Everything was great, ate fine, never felt bad. Didn't realize I was like I was unbloating, de-bloated. Came back to America. I don't know. Cause like the pasta tastes better there. Like maybe the
and I think
grains are different.
There's less
but like I eat very clean when I
You do.
I I eat all organic. I try and get like grass-fed meats. I try and do grass-fed milks even. Like I'm very, very cognizant of like where I get my food from. And since I've been back, which granted has been like almost a week now, my stomach has been upset every single, like unwell. So I sent away for like a food intolerance test because like I can't live like this anymore. And I'm tired of tummy aches. Huh. So that's an out.
I'll be interested to like hear your results.
Yeah. The kit should be here sometime this week, and then I'll send it away, and I'll probably get results while we're in Disney. Yeah. And I'm like kind of concerned about like, Nick was like, what if it's gluten? Because I do eat a lot of pasta. I literally have an earring right now that says pasta. I eat a lot of pasta, but like I ate pasta in Europe.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's dairy. Like, I don't know what it is. But
do you think it's stress induced?
I used to get really bad stress migraines when I was a kid, but like, no, I don't think it's even stress. Like, this is something I think is like beyond
it's
my
something you're
mental.
eating.
I think it's something I'm eating.
Huh.
So like, that isn't out for me. I'm tired of like, maybe I'd gotten used to it before, and like going to Europe and coming back, like reset me, but like, your girl's unwell.
Yeah, I hate when I have tummy aches. I used to have, like when I was a kid, I had this condition where if I didn't eat multiple times a day, like not just like the 3 meals you have a day, I had to eat like every hour, every 2 hours, or my stomach acid would eat the lining of my stomach and I would be unwell. So I had a special doctor's note to like eat
all the time,
basically. Yeah.
Wow.
But I still get it like that. If I like don't eat like enough, then my tummy hurts. But
I hate that for you.
It's better now.
That's good. What's another in?
I'm gonna swap it. Okay. I have an out and an in that are kind of related. Okay. So an out for me is Orange Theory. I religiously did it in 2023.
You were always at OTF.
OTF. Getting in the orange zone. And it's fine, but I've just decided like it's not giving me fulfillment anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's out for me, and an in for me is finding a fun activity for exercise. Whether it's like walking or horseback riding again, which I haven't done in a while. But every time I do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do this again. It's just an expensive exercising habit. I
agree with that. I think 2023, I did a really good job of like slowing down, and I've decided 2024 is my year of Pilates. I started Pilates membership. I literally bought it today. Okay, well, we can do it whenever.
Yeah.
I got the membership where I go like 4 times a week, and I think you can come. When I met with the owner, she's like, "Oh, if your friends want to go, like let me know that they're your friend, and I'll give you their first class for free." I will say it's like by book people. So it's on North Lamar, which like isn't great, but I'm like, it's also like not that far out of the way. Like I can go downtown.
What's the parking situation?
Parking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. There's parking.
I hate when there's parking, like there's no parking.
No, there's parking like literally right in front, and it's across the street from Shoal Creek. So like also like that area too.
Yeah. No, I would love to do Pilates. I loved it. Again.
I did a reformer class at that, which was my first time ever doing reformer, which was like so much terrifying. But like so fun. I loved it. So like
you feel powerful when you're doing it. Which power is your honestly, word?
It was yes, but no. Because I did weightlifting for so long, and I felt very powerful. It's a different kind of
powerful.
Yes, I agree with that.
It's like a graceful. Power. Like very feminine.
A very feminine power.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another word of my year.
Femininity. That's a good one.
Those are good ones. Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah, no, I want to do Pilates.
Yeah, we'll do Pilates together.
Okay.
Okay, wait, I don't have an in and an out matching like yours. But one of my ins is bright colors, which I know I'm not wearing right now. Sorry. But this couch is bright. Like I wear a lot of black. I tend to gravitate towards very like jewel tone, very deep colors. And I don't know if it was like the Barbie movie that did this to me. I don't know what, but I have found myself in the end of 2023 being drawn to like very bright colors.
Okay.
And I wanna explore more of that. And like Nick makes fun of me all the time for like always wearing black, and like me having to dig through my clothes that all look identical because they're all fucking black.
You're like, does this black match this black?
He's like, they're the same fucking
but
color.
They're not.
They're not. They're not.
One's
more washed out than the other.
Yeah.
So that's one of my ins is like wearing bright colors and like exploring more of that. It's
So what do
very
you consider
easy.
bright? Like pink and yellow? And
Or like an orange, or like anything that's like not a deep jewel tone. And maybe actually that does match with one of my outs, because one of my outs is like lazy dressing, and like black is easy. For me, honestly, it's lazy. Like I don't have to worry about like, yes, my blacks are like slightly different, but nobody notices that. Like it's lazy for me to just wear black. It's a cop out. So I'm excited to like wear more bright colors and experiment more. So that's my in and my out.
I feel like one of my ins is like similar to that is, I was saying elevated athleisure, which almost is lazy dressing a little bit, but it's like comfort dressing while still elevating it. Like,
see, I think
what
it
I'm
didn't
wearing
work for me
today. Like I wore this to the office and I still felt better in it than...
If you look like, if I wore that, I feel like I would look like a slob. I don't know. Like my body like isn't, maybe it's all in my head, probably. But like,
I think so.
I can't wear sweatpants in public. Like I would never leave my house.
But I think there's a way
leggings.
of styling them up.
And I think I haven't grasped that.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. That's my in, is like trying to elevate it. Whether it's like with the shoe you're wearing or the jewelry you wear with it, or how you do your hair or makeup, but it's still like
contour.
Being able to know.
Full contour. Full
Absolutely
beat.
not.
Full beat.
Full contour, fake eyelashes.
The whole 9 yards. That's it. That's how you do it.
No, but I'm going to try to get away with like wearing sweatpants.
I dig
work
it.
more often.
I dig it.
But then the other one was, oh my God, it was something you said. It was actually one that I didn't have on my list.
Bright colors, lazy dressing.
In the bright colors. I want to do one of those sessions where I have someone tell me what my color palette is.
Oh.
Like based on like my skin tone and
if you're like a
my hair
summer
color.
or a winter,
exactly.
that thing.
Like you should be wearing these colors.
I like that. You should do that.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be cool to like get that result back, whether I do it or not.
Yeah.
You know.
I like that. That's an in for you.
But I've always thought like for me, I'm like olive green and like black and gold and like, you know, but I feel like those colors look good on everyone.
Yeah.
So.
Those cool. And I think that's why like that goes back to my like lazy dress. I'm like, these are easy things.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to put like a little bit more, not that I need to like spend an hour wearing.
But like a capsule collection. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, but
I think I do have a capsule like I have a lot of clothes, but I end up wearing the same couple of things and I'm fine with that. So I think maybe it's expanding my capsule color palette, maybe more than anything else.
Yeah.
Is how I'm looking at it.
Well, then another out I have is skinny jeans. I feel like you've been preaching that too.
My jeans are so wide right now.
They're the widest of wide. And I've been taking baby steps, but this is the year.
I'm proud of you.
100%. I'm not going to wear them anymore.
You know what?
I'm going to get new, wide-legged
jeans that fit you, but like also you didn't need skinny. You were like holding on to them as a crutch.
Yeah. Because I have so many of them. I'm like, they still fit me and they still are like in good
place.
Good condition, so it's hard for me to just say I'm going to part with them. But I think it's time.
I think just experimentation.
Yeah.
Even if you like don't go all in.
Yeah. I found like I really like
those cargo pants. Really look good on you.
I like the cargos. I have a couple pairs of like trousers now that I wear with my work stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just like experimenting, but no more skinny jeans.
I love that for you. One of my outs is chronic dehydration. I used to do really good at like drinking water, especially during the summer when it's so hot. But like over the winter, I got so bad. I would drink like 2 glasses of water the entire day. And then somehow a whole bottle of wine. So like, I want to be better hydrated.
Yeah. I feel like people like do like the water bottles that encourage them to drink. And I'm like, that's never be me.
It's not me.
But there's got to be a way to just get yourself to drink more water.
If I like drinking water out of straws, I've realized. So if I have straw, I'm more likely to drink water. So yeah, that's for me. I think we have time maybe for one more in and out, or like so one many. Of each. Do one more of each. One more in, one more out each.
You go first.
Okay, my in is stemmed wine glasses.
I know, I'm not using it.
I was really into stemless wine glasses for a while, and I started feeling different vibes. And stemmed wine glasses are back in for me. Even if I'm using it, like, I will use them to drink kombucha. I'll drink water out of it. Like,
it just like elevates your everyday vibe. Yeah.
That's an everyday bubbly move.
Okay, I think my last in, then I have a couple more, but the one I'm going to pick is guilty pleasures. Like, fuck the judgment that people like have around guilty pleasures. If you like
Don't be guilty.
the trashy rom-com, if you like the smutty books, like, embrace it. Own it, embrace it. Don't shy away from it or like hide it from who you are. Because if you enjoy it,
that's a good in. That's a good in.
So,
what's your final out?
This is a hard one. This is like 50-50.
Okay.
I have to do both. Red meat. We talked about this.
Yeah, see, I used to hate red meat as a kid. I would not eat meat.
I just think,
it wasn't like I was a
don't-
vegetarian. But now I'm into grass-fed, grass-finished beef.
See, maybe that is how I need to go. But for me, I'm like, I find much more enjoyment in seafood and poultry. So for me, for this year, I'm not gonna...
Every person has their own taste.
Yeah.
I love that as an out for you.
And then my other one is mess.
Just mess.
I have a bad habit of like doing little piles of mess around the house, like on my dresser, on the ottoman, at the foot of the bed, like on my desk. And so I'm just like out with the messy, just like spend the extra time putting things away, putting things in their place. Don't let it build up until you're like, like I can't look at it anymore.
Yeah,
like, just
I like that. I actually
proactively do it.
I try to do this thing and I'm not great at it. But like if it takes less than 60 seconds to do, just do it. I have a really bad habit of like stacking clothes on my dresser.
Oh yeah, me too.
And like if I just put it away, I would have to spend 10 minutes later putting all
the worst is like when
clothes
you're
away.
Getting dressed and you're like, I hate this, and you just let it, instead of putting it back in your closet, you just put it on the dresser.
Yes.
But we do this thing at Trail of Lights where we're like, if you walk past something twice and it's not picked up, like just pick it up.
That's a good rule.
It's almost like doing it too at your house.
Yeah.
If there's a glass on the counter, if there's a bill on your desk that you know you need to pay, just do it.
I like that. That's a good one.
So,
my final out for 2024 is Southwest Airlines. Honestly, Southwest isn't out for me. We've been struggling with them. They've been struggling with us, actually, a lot.
Yeah.
We've had flights booked. They've changed our flights
multiple
times. The last time I flew them for my friend's wedding, they like changed my flight and gave me a 26-hour layover. They didn't let Nick fly home last year because of their like computer meltdown. This year they didn't let him fly. He like got to the airport early in case something happened. And they're like, oh no, sorry, your dog can't fly in the same crate that she's been flying on for the past 5 years. We hate it. And like pulled out a tape measure and everything. And like, we're just really, really absurd. So my out is Southwest Airlines. They're cheap, but like, you know what? Just assign me a fucking seat.
Yeah.
I don't want to battle with other people. I don't want to check in 24 hours in advance and like still be in the C's.
Even when you like check in, like, right when it turns.
I've been in the C's checking in as soon as, and like, I'm over Southwest. They are an out for me and I'm done with them. That's my out. That's my final out.
I have no comment.
That's fine. Okay, wait, what's your first song of the week for the new year?
So my first...
Wait. Okay, you're good.
It's called Not My Fault.
Oh.
By Renee Rapp featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, yes, I've heard this one.
Yeah.
Can I say?
It like plays on the Mean Girls thing, and I can't wait to see that movie. You gotta book the tickets.
I have some friends who went to see Renee Rapp in DC, and they said it was one of the most amazing concerts they'd been to.
And I love Megan Thee Stallion.
I love Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm so obsessed with her
met
too.
On Renee Rapp personally, but I love Megan Thee Stallion.
So that's why I actually found the song because of Megan Thee Stallion. And this is my first little venture into Renee Rapp. So
nice. Wait, let me look at my notebook. I forgot one. Oh, mine is called Hype Song by Olivia Knox. And that felt like a good first song of the new year.
All right.
So we'll play those. We'll add them to our playlist.
Yep.
For y'all, we're going to start a new playlist for all of our 2024 songs.
We have a new Everyday Bubbly Bops 2024. It'll be linked on our Instagram link tree.
Yeah, and it'll be in the show notes as well, so you guys can find it there. And yeah, thank you guys again for showing up with us for another year. We have so much.
Share your ins and outs with us if there's anything. I mean, we had a couple more.
We'll post all of our extra ones on Instagram, but yeah, we want to hear what y'all's ins and outs are.
All
okay.
right.
Well, we will see you guys again soon. As always, share us with a friend. That's how we get seen. Find us on Instagram. We were doing TikTok for a bit, and you know what? That'll be an in. That's an in for 2024.
We're doing more video content, and gonna just try to
branch out,
expand more. Expansion.
But yeah, bye y'all. We'll see you guys again next week. Ciao.
Cheers.